I hope you're well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 10:30 a.m. nearly here in Bali, and I haven't even chanted this morning, Okay, so I've had this plan in my head and I've been going through various different sheds of layers of shame and really coming back into my power and reclaiming in various different areas through community and through presence. Hello, Chinez and Omar. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. And also, if you're watching on a replay, please comment replay and let me know that you're watching, because Instagram doesn't let me know. And I'm not going to be going live on Instagram too much. That's not the plan. However, the way in which I desired to go live currently isn't working, and the time's going over, and I'll work it out soon enough. So if you're not on my YouTube, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube and or my LinkedIn, I'll be going live on YouTube and LinkedIn at the same times on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesdays, the plan is 10 a.m. my time, Bali time. And then Thursdays is around 8 p.m. my time, Bali time. However, I'm going to be in Vietnam from tomorrow, so that's going to be earlier. Anyway, it's not worked this morning. Hello, Raw Peru. I hope you're well. Sending you love. It's not worked this morning. So I'm going to have to work that out. And if one way doesn't work, we get to try another way, because this is the way. I've been called and pulled to do live videos again, because this is how I connect to you, to my community, to my tribe, to my people, is through presence. My power is in the presence. So this is why I'm deciding to go live more now. Hello, Capuchin. I hope you're well. This is why I'm deciding to go live more now. However, intuitively, I'm called to do Instagram and LinkedIn, and then on Wednesdays, when I do my typical Waterfall Wednesday, I'll go live on Wednesdays on Facebook. But for some reason, I'm not really being pulled to Instagram. However, today I'm like, okay, let's just set the stage today. A little bit late as to what I originally planned, because there's so much for me going on in dream space right now that I'm honouring that. I'm honouring what my subconscious needs when it comes to the reprogramming and the healing and the internal alchemy that's happening in dream space. And then at the same time, I'm honouring what my body needs in that liminal space, in the rest that it needs, because there's a lot of cellular reshaping going on and energetic switches, should we say, going on in that space. So yeah, I wanted to come live, because if one way doesn't work, which hasn't been working, I'm like, okay, we'll drop that, and then I'll come on here and I'll go live here and have a chat here. So hello, I hope you're well. Nice to meet you. If you haven't already met me, my name's Mel M. Rubin, and I've been on my conscious life creation journey for 8 years this year. It's just over 8 years, and it's really been a profound journey of continuing to come back to myself over and over and over again. And it's been really beautiful amidst the messiness, amidst the hardness, because this journey is hard when we choose to follow our heart and soul, and when we choose to create everything in our life that we ever desire. There's so much that we must work through and pretty much shed as we're rising. We find that we are in the current situation that we're in because of all of the chains and the weights that we have first and foremost inherited from our ancestors. Hello, Ravji, I hope you're well. And also throughout that, the process of life, what we've picked up as we've gone through our own personal journey and the experiences that we've experienced, whether that be with our parents, at school, with friends, in intimate relation, in community, whatever that may be. So we're typically moving through life with all of these weights and these chains and these dense, heavy energies that typically keep us stuck in cycles of lack and scarcity and fear. And for us to create everything in our life that we can see in our mind's eye and that we can feel in our heart, it's really down to us to let go of everything that's weighing us down, of everything that's keeping us stuck. When it comes to our human experience, yes, as humans, we didn't choose to be born where we were born. Hello, Coop Dog. Hello, Baby Car. I hope you're well. Sending you love. By the way, as I'm talking, please, if you do have any questions that come up and if you want to say anything, please feel free, because I do really love to interact as well. So thank you everyone that said hello back to me. I really appreciate you, and I see you. I see you. So, yeah, where was I? Fucking hell. I just remember the seeing your mind's eye and feeling your heart. So I'm just going to go from there and then we'll go on that tangent. So when we decide to go for everything that we see in our mind's eye and that we feel in our heart, basically what's happening with that choice, I know where we were, is we're choosing our highest timeline, right? Now, the beautiful thing about this human experience is everything is happening all at once. And what that means is that depending on the choices that we make, is depending on the timeline that we choose to go down. And I had a download maybe about a year or so ago of, okay, this is our highest timeline, is what we see in our mind's eye and feel in our heart as to what it is that we really desire out of our life. Whether that be the way that we live, the relationships that we have, the community that we have, the family that we have, all of that jazz, right? That's our highest, when we really tune in and get to know that. And this is why this work is really important, to really come to understand self and what it is that we desire. Now, when we come to that realization throughout the journey, that can shift and change, because throughout the journey we evolve and we ascend, and we realize that certain things that were once valued to us are not necessarily valued to us anymore, and or there's a slight refinement of what it is that we desire from that original vision, right? So it's okay to change your vision throughout the process. Now, as you're going through this process and as you're moving towards your highest, what's going to happen is your lowest possible timeline, yeah? Which are the fears, which are the anxieties, which are the worries, the lack and the scarcity, all of this that comes up that causes you to procrastinate, hold yourself back, not show up, whatever that may be, right? If you really fully succumb to all of that and contract, then that moves you towards your lowest timeline. And you're going to know where you're at and whether you're in a liminal space as well, because you can be in a liminal space in the middle. You can be right on the highest or you can be on the lowest. You're going to know where you're at by looking at your external reality when it comes to the way that you're living and the people that you're surrounded by, and most importantly, the way all of it makes you feel. Yeah? If you're noticing that things are getting better and better, then you're on track for your highest timeline. If you're noticing that you're feeling great every day, that you're grateful, that you're alive, that you can feel I personally feel glitter over my body. That's how I describe it. It's a zhoosh feeling. My body's just really lit up. So when I feel that for myself in my body, I know that I'm on my highest timeline. I made a decision yesterday that scared the fuck out of me, and this is also something to bear in mind. It scared the fuck out of me. However, I made it anyway, even though it scared the fuck out of me. And when I really anchored in and convicted into that decision and did what I need to do to anchor into that, I felt so excited and still scared at the same time, but excited. And then my body was like, whoa, it was so lit up because I'd committed myself to that aspect of me. So it's really important to notice that and know that this is happening when you are choosing your highest timeline. It's not necessarily going to be rainbows and unicorns and easy and plain sailing. No, that's not what makes life fun. And also, it's what keeps you alive, is feeling all of these feelings. Unfortunately, throughout time, what we've inherited from our ancestors as well, we really must bear in mind where we've come from and the types of things and experience that they've experienced. Especially if you're a woman, you're more linked to your mother's line, and if you're a man, you're more linked to your father's. However, there is still a link if you're the opposite to your father's line and your mother's line. However, if you're a woman like myself, your mother's line will be much stronger in the sense of ancestral traumas and shame that's coming on, right? So it's important to also get to know that as much as you possibly can in respects to your own individual journey, so you know what it is. Okay, so the Wi-Fi is just messed up, so mobile data it is. Hello, I'm back. So, for instance, I know there's a certain thing that my nan experienced in her lifetime, and I've carried this over in respects to relation to the masculine, not in as harsh of a way, should we say. However, I've had my own tests and lessons to do with the masculine to really come back to my own sense of sovereignty in that sense. And there's going to be various different, we go through our own shit, yeah? So it's important that we look in the mirror as to what life has held up for us. And instead of staying in the victim mentality, which is typically what naturally we're going to move towards, because we haven't been given the tools and the resources to really stand strong in our sovereignty and our hero's journey. When we notice and when we look at the mirror that life has held up for us, then we get to take full ownership and accountability for what we've done or what we haven't done in respects to where we're currently at and where we decide to go, right? Chinez, I'm in Islam. I got the experience from you. Then I mix with the knowledge from reading the Quran. I do Shalat, and then the heavy things from my back suddenly feel like, yay, this is amazing. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And this is the beauty of our own sense of spirituality. Everyone has their own faith. Everyone has their own sense of spirituality, which is so beautiful. And it's really, really important that... Apologies, let me just go and sort my dog out. Polly, come here, please. No, it's too noisy, honey. Come in. Good girl. You're such a great protector, but no, we're good. Yeah? Thanks. Hello, I'm back. So, yeah, we all have our own sense of faith. Maybe we've been born into faith. Maybe we've found our faith. Whatever that may be, it's highly, highly encouraged from myself to really find out what your sense of spirituality is if you haven't already got that. So I love that you have this, Chinez, and yeah, you're mixing the knowledge that you've heard from myself with reading the Quran, and now you're starting to feel energetically lighter. And you will notice this throughout your journey, throughout the layers that you shed throughout the journey of all of these low frequency. And we call them low frequency because they make us feel low, right? It's not to say that they're bad, because the emotions that we have that are low frequency, they're amazing. Because they're guidance. This is why they're amazing. However, we've been programmed in a way, whether that be through our family, through our religion, through our culture, whatever that may be, we've been programmed in a way to suppress these emotions and to not look at them for what they're coming up for, which is essentially guidance to strengthen our own sense of sovereignty, to set boundaries and say, no, actually, I'm not going to stand for that. No, actually, that doesn't make me feel good, so I'm not going to have that in my life. And then also on top of that, we haven't been taught healthy communication, authentic relating. We've only really learned communication through our leading examples, which are typically our family, our parents, our teachers, and our peers, who typically haven't learned how to effectively communicate. So how are people typically communicating? They're communicating in an aggressive way, in an attackive way, which is then causing us to be in combat and to protect ourselves. So, hello, Shkundi Hundi. I can't pronounce that. I hope you're well. So, through this, when we're trying to express how we're feeling, typically it's like, you made me feel this way, you did this, you pointing all of the fingers. And when we're pointing fingers at people and when we're saying you this, you that, that's attacking. And we don't realise this because we haven't learned how to effectively communicate. So learning authentic that's why. Okay, cool. Okay, my Wi-Fi's back on, which is great. It just switched over to the Wi-Fi. So this is something that we must notice within ourselves and in our relationships, and this is something that we all must take responsibility for, is the way in which we're communicating and expressing ourselves and taking full ownership and accountability with the other person's highest in mind. Because the fact of the matter is, whatever anyone's done to you, and I put it in speech marks because it's not to you, it's for you. Everything happens for you. And that may seem cliche. You might be like, oh, it's spiritual bypassing, but it's not. It's not saying that what someone else is doing is right. No, we're not going to allow it to happen again. And this is why it's happening for us, because it's a mirror telling us where we need to strengthen ourselves and our power and our resolve, and most importantly, throughout that process, come back to love and compassion. Because whatever anyone else is doing to us, which is for us, they're just doing the best that they can with the tools that they have, right? And everyone is the same, yeah? So long as they're human on this planet. Some people don't have souls, and some people are just really, it's just, yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. However, the ones that are human, they have a soul, yeah? And souls are pure love. This is where we come from. So it's a case of, okay, well, they're doing the very best that they can with the tools that they have, and it's not the best, and, you know, I need better. So where can I get that from? Most of us are looking externally to get the love and the resource and to be saved by someone else. When the only person that can save us is us. The only person that can give us the love that we need is us. The safety we need is us. The security we need is us. And what you'll notice is the more that you reclaim these certain aspects, the more that life mirrors that back to you in other people. But you first must give that to yourself, in form of setting boundaries, in form of showing up for yourself, in form of using your voice, in form of loving yourself. All of the ways. Hello, Katie. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. 1 finger for him, 4 fingers for ourselves. Yes, exactly. I love that when we're pointing at others. It's actually, one goes up. I don't point my thumb at me. I get what you mean, though. Hello, Katie. I hope you're well. If you have anything that you want to say off of the back of what I'm saying, please share. Please ask me any questions. I'm starting to go live more, and it's going to normally be on YouTube and LinkedIn, because intuitively I feel like that they're the best platforms for me right now. But it's not been working through Zoom. So here I am on Instagram every now and again. I'm going to be going live on Facebook on Wednesdays as well. So you'll catch me live tomorrow, likely at the airport, when I'm at the airport. So, yeah. So talking about all of that with life happening for us, not to us. And when it comes to going towards our highest and it not going to be easy, typically when we're going towards our highest, and when we're desiring to create what it is that we desire, that we feel in our mind, that we feel in our heart, and that we see in our mind's eye, it's not going to be easy. And there's a lot that we get to shed on this journey. And I touched upon this earlier with the ancestral chains that we have. Every single one of us has it. If you've been born in this world, we've got it. We've got various different ancestral chains to do with lack, to do with scarcity, and to do with fear. And typically we have chains and trauma and heavy, dense, negative energies to do with the opposite sex, typically. And I say typically because everyone's different. Yeah, I can't speak for everyone. I'm just looking at my own journey here, as well as the observations that I've made over the last 8 years of me being on this conscious life creation journey for myself. So this is why intimate relations are such a powerful mirror for us, because they really allow us to heal the wounds that we have in relation to the opposite sex, right? And then on top of that, we've got sister wounds and witch wounds, and no doubt men have got brother wounds, and I don't know if there's any other wounds to do with that. I haven't gone deep into the brotherhood journey. So if you are a brother and you're looking for that type of support from a brother, then I would highly encourage you to seek that, to call it in, to ask God to deliver someone to support you on that. And I'm sure, I have no doubt, the right person will come for you. However, for me personally, I've had to work through the sister wound. That's been a huge one, as well as the witch wound. I'm shedding the remnants of that after years of being in my cave, where the sister wound and the witch wound played out in conjunction to one another in my business journey. And it was a bit of a shit show, put me right in my cave after coming really into my light and my power. And it's all perfect. Everything's perfect. Everything's happening at the right time for us, for what it is that we need. And if we don't answer the call when we're being nudged, like I didn't answer the call to start things for myself and to build my own thing back in 2020, because my egoic fears were just too loud. I still had so much to shed, and because of that, there was a huge tower moment in 2023, and then since then I've really been in a liminal space. And it's only been recently, over this last year, after 2 years of integrating within the physical community here in Bali, that I've really started to share my magic here. And through me sharing my medicine and my magic and opening my heart again, which has been a huge part, is that magic has just started to happen again. And I've started to heal that wound, because I've been present in community and I've been received by community really beautifully in a way that I wasn't received years ago, because of the shadows that my light and my power cast on people. So it's all been beautiful and it's all been amazing. And now I'm back, finally, after years of not going live. Because if you've been in my field for a while, you'll know that I used to go live all the time. And I love going live because that's where my power is. It's in the presence. It's in talking to you. It's in connecting to you. And it's in answering what you're saying and your questions and the engagement. So this is why I'm starting to go live again, because I know that that's great for me, and it's also great for my processing too. If anything, I'm doing it for you, but I'm also doing it for me too, because I know that I speak, and then through me speaking, I process stuff and they come through, and I'm like, oh wow, cool, yeah. And then I'm benefiting and you're benefiting at the same time, and we're all benefiting. And I really like the essence of uncut, so when I actually get this going in the way that I desire, this series that is happening on Tuesdays and Thursdays is called Alchemy Unleashed, because I'll be talking about my alchemical journey and just talking about it and no holds bars. So you really get to know me and my journey and where I've come from and where I'm at, and this is why I've been sharing what I've been sharing, because this is it. This is what we're here for, and this is how we make the world a better place, is by speaking our truth, speaking our story, and alchemizing through that journey. And what's alchemy? Alchemy is essentially changing one thing into another. It's the transformation of one thing into another. So maybe you've heard of lead being turned into gold. Yeah, there's a book called The Alchemist. It's a very good book, highly recommend the read. Maybe you've heard of that before, lead turning into gold. Now, when we're talking about internal alchemy, we're talking about darkness being transmuted and transformed into the light, integrating the darkness, integrating the shadow into your light. Maybe you've seen the yin yang sign, and that's what it is. Within every single one of us, we all have the potential for everything. We hold everything inside of us, the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, the light, the dark, all of the jazz, yeah? So this is the yin yang, is that we hold the light and the dark, and then in the light and the dark, hello Mrs. Mooney, I hope you're well, and then in the light and the dark there's also these specks too. And the whole point of internal alchemy is to go deep into the darkness, to transmute and transform that darkness into light so we can rise up higher. Because essentially when we go into the darkness, what that does is that dissolves all of the dense and heavy energies that are around it, which is typically guilt and shame and anger and all of that jazz. That's what weighs us down and keeps us small and keeps us stuck and keeps us away from our highest. So when we really dive deep into there, feel the emotions and really gain clarity as to why it happened for us, why it happened for us, yeah, not to us, not, oh, why did this happen to, no, why did this happen for me? Because this did happen for me. As a soul having a human experience, I chose this, so why did it happen for me? So going into that and consciously looking at it like that, and then after this conscious work, we do the somatic work, we do the feeling work, and that can be done in various different ways. That screaming into a pillow, crying, dancing, moving, stretching, working out. There's so many different ways. The most important thing is to get the emotions out of the body. So there's going to be certain areas in your body that may feel tense. You might have lumps in certain areas. You might not be able to move certain things. You might even have an injury and that came out of nowhere. Oh, my wrist hurts out of nowhere. I didn't do anything. Most of the time it's emotional, it's stuck emotions. So doing this somatic work and also doing energy healing work as well, finding an energy healer. I'm a certified energy healer in the emotion code, so you can check out my highlight in respects to that if you want to learn more, and then message me if you want to talk about it. But yeah, this work is very important, and this is how we create that yin and that yang and that balance in our life, so we can be present and so we can hold what we're presented with without melting down, without freezing, without running away, without contracting. Yeah. So this is the essence of internal alchemy. And then on top of that, it's the light and the dark, and it's the merging of the two and the integrating of the two, and also the masculine and the feminine polarities within us. I'm not talking about male and female. I'm talking about masculine and feminine energetics. Every single one of us have them in us. Me personally, I used to be very masculine led with my energies because of the way that I had been trained and programmed by the patriarchy, by the agenda. And if you really zoom out and look at everything that's going on within the whole world, especially within the LGBTQ community and all of that, like, yeah, I've just plugged in enough to look, because I'm like, I see exactly what's going on. I don't really become consumed in it. However, you know what I'm talking about with what's going on with there, and all of the the gender stuff. It's to disconnect us from our internal divinity when it comes to that, and to confuse us away from it, right? And it's really important for us to be able to witness this and see this and observe without judgment as well. And typically when we have judgment of others and of what's going on, that's everything to do, well, it's not typically, it is. It's everything to do with us and nothing to do with them. Because remember, life's a mirror. Chinez said it earlier, we're like mirrors. We're like mirrors. I'm a mirror. You're a mirror. Life is a mirror. Our experience is a mirror. And the judgments that are happening inside, they're mirrors to how we feel about ourselves and our own journey. And either what we're holding back that wants to come out, or what we don't like about ourselves that we want to integrate and work with and alchemize, right? So yeah, this masculine and feminine, a lot of the times both of our masculine and feminine energies within are wounded. And I've got training in this within the wealth frequency shift. I've got so much training in there that talks about all of this, that encompasses all of this, and it continues to grow as I continue to evolve and expand, because that's just the way. It's just the way. I'm all about giving you everything that you need to create everything in your life that you ever desire. So yeah, healing the masculine and the feminine, and then balancing the masculine and the feminine within us to really benefit us in the best way for our forward movement towards our most high. So yeah, there's a lot for us to move through and groove through. And yeah, to certain elements and aspects, we must do it ourselves, because this is what strengthens our own self-leadership. This is what strengthens the power and the trust within ourselves. This is a very individual journey, because my journey is different to your journey, is different to John's journey, is different to Sally's journey. We've all got different journeys. However, there are common threads that link us together, such as, I don't feel enough, I'm not good enough, no one wants to listen to me, I don't feel seen, I don't feel heard, I don't feel loved. These are common threads that come up. So this links us, and this allows us to create unity and community, because fact of the matter is we all want the same thing. It's just we're getting there in different ways by supporting each other with everything that we've learned, right? For me, I learned the mind, the body, the soul, the energetics, all of it, the basically how to be human. And that's what I teach within the wealth frequency shift, is really learning how to effectively enjoy your human experience in the very best way, on top of, if you want, building an online business around your personal brand, which heals you because it opens your throat chakra. The more you use your voice, the more you share your story, the more you connect in community, the more it heals you, right? So this is what I teach. This is what I'm passionate about, subconscious, energetics, because this is what I love and this is what has worked for me. However, we're all different. We've all got different things that pull us towards this journey. Some people go towards it in various different areas. You've got people that follow the tantric journey. You've got people that follow the water journey. You've got people, there's different ways. So what's important is that we follow the threads of what really light us up, and then we learn and that we teach, because this is how we rise as people, as a collective together. For too long, we have been giving our blind faith to whatever powers that be in the government that are running the global show, which is a shit show, by the way. It's an absolute shit show. I don't know if you've seen, I don't know if you've zoomed out and just looked at everything, but it's a shit show. So the fact of the matter is, we must stop giving our power away to them and giving our blind faith away to them, and start trusting each other. There's a reason why they've programmed us, especially in the West. Chinez, I'm not sure about you because you're here in Indonesia, so I'm not entirely sure. I know here in Bali the community is very big and there's a lot of synergy there. However, in the West, it's not like that. We're very divided, and because of these chains of fear and lack and scarcity, for some reason we think we're all against each other. And maybe in some areas they are. However, if that's the case and we're finding that, then it's our responsibility to seek out people that genuinely have our best interest at heart. Because this is how we rise together as people, is we support each other in that. We learn, we grow, we evolve, we ascend, we teach. We learn, we grow, we evolve, we ascend, we teach, all throughout the journey, all throughout the journey. And yeah, I've been in my cave for so long. And hello, Song, I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. I've been in my cave for so long because of this witch wound that played out, and no more. I'm coming back live again. I'm just finishing this up, Song, by the way, but the replay will be available. So if you want to go back and listen, then yeah, there was fire that was spoken. So highly encourage if you have the time and the space and the energy. So yeah, it's our responsibility to really support one another, and I'm starting to go live much more again. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube, because it's going to be mainly on there and LinkedIn every Tuesday and Thursday. So Tuesday is 10 a.m. at my time in Bali, and then Thursday I'm looking at around 8 p.m. my time in Bali. So yeah, YouTube and LinkedIn will be those times. Facebook, I'll be going live on Wednesdays. Instagram, not so much. I'm just not really feeling the vibe for Instagram with that. It might change. I may just come on as I'm intuitively called. I do also have a free Telegram community that you're welcome to join. That is a little bit quiet at the moment, the Wealth Alchemy Telegram chat. However, I'll be in there more, especially as the energy picks up, and sending intuitive voice notes and riffs to support you on your journey with whatever comes through. And yeah, my inbox is open. So if there's a certain... Bitch, you're talented. I didn't know you produce music. I don't produce music. What are you talking about? I'm so confused. What music? I'm so confused. Yeah, okay, that's thrown me off. So if you have any questions, if you have anything that you want me to cover on a live, please message me and let me know, like a subject that you want me to talk about, because I'm so happy to do that for you. For now, I'm just going to go intuitively. And when I first introduce the series that I'm doing on YouTube and LinkedIn, it will be an intro as to where I'm at now, where I've been, what I've gone through, and all of that jazz. Yeah, I don't produce music, honey, not yet. I'm currently learning the guitar, and once I learn the guitar and I'm on that flex and I can play other people's songs, and I'm happy to do that, then I know that I'll start to create my own songs. But for now, we're getting there, palan, slowly. So yeah, for now I'm just going to speak. My song is speaking, darling. Yeah, it's great to see you, Song. I love you so much. I'm sending you so much love. So yeah, I'm finished here. The replay is going to be available. So if you want to hear back and listen, I've been speaking about mirrors and ancestral chains and shedding, and the journey towards going towards everything it is that we want. Highest timeline, lowest timeline, what comes with that. So Song, if that's activating you and you want to hear more, then just watch the replay. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hello for Head, Heart and Soul. I'm just finishing up. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much, and please continue to remember how powerful you are. Please continue to remember how much your energy, your essence, and your voice, most importantly, is needed on this journey. Your soul tribe need you. They need to hear what you've grown through, how you've evolved, how you've ascended, because they're looking for you. They're waiting for you to start really sharing your essence, because this is how we're creating a better space together. Like I said, it's in unity, it's in community, and we do this in presence with each other by creating these spaces. And fortunately, we have this amazing technology that we're able to share. Hello, Gina, I hope you are. I'm just finishing, so you can watch the replay. It's been a fire one. So good to see you, honey. So fortunately, we have this technology where we're really able to share our heart and our presence and our voice in a container where we can communicate with each other live, which is amazing. So please share more of you, share more of your life, share more of your story, share more of your voice. And if you want to learn how you can create an income around that with a sustainable, global, long-term, high profit business model, I'm your girl. I build everything that you need. I give you all of the business, personal and spiritual coaching, mentorship and support. I have everything. And if I don't have it, I'll create it for you, because that's what it's about. We're here to support one another. Okay, I love you so much. Have a very beautiful day. And I'll be going live on my Facebook tomorrow in the morning. So if you want to tune into that, I'm going to be at the airport, so in a completely different energy. So if you want to tune into that, you can go to my Facebook link. On the link in my bio, you can find my Facebook, send me a friend request. And yeah, I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Who's still here? Who's still here? We've got Gina, Song, and Chinez. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. And you're amazing. All of you are so amazing. I love you. Bye-bye.